If you want a good board, you get it from a good shaper. For me, what I want to do in kiting is I just want to ride a wave like I do surfing.
So let's run through an unhooked, unstrapped frontside air. This is a clip just from my local spot at home. The wind this day was sort of cross on, so it's pretty good direction for doing unhooked airs. One of the first things you want to do is just set your kite up depending on the wind direction. If it's super windy, you probably want to keep your kite pretty low to start with, and then if it is pretty light like this day, you just sort of want to keep it pretty high so that when you find a section you can hit it and your kite's going to be in the right spot. So set your kite in the spot where you feel comfortable, where it's going to pull you down the line, and you're going to be able to hit the section when you want to hit it. You're not going to have to think too much about your kite. As you're sort of coming off the bottom, you're sort of starting to spot a section already. Your kite's in position, which like I said, in a day like this, you want it pretty high, so that when you are releasing, you're getting a bit of extra help from the kite, and it's lifting you up out of the water. Whereas if your kite's too low, it tends to sort of drag you downwind, which is not a bad thing. Just depends if you're trying to use the air as doing an air like you would surfing, or if you're trying to free your board and get over some white water and sort of propel yourself out. So with this one, it's a small day, it's only sort of 1 foot. I don't need to get past any sections, I'm just trying to use the kite to give us a bit of height. So just done my bottom turn, got my kite in nice and high, not straight above your head, just sort of above 45, and I'm wanting to come up nice and tight. Obviously, the tighter you can do that first whack, the tighter you can do the air. Whereas if you sort of come out a bit more sort of drawn out, you're going to sort of tend to flatten out the air. You're not going to be able to come up and straight down. Sort of last minute, sort of hook it back in and really tighten up that turn towards the lip. As you hit the lip, you want to sort of pretty much centralise your weight with a fair bit on the back foot, but not all your weight on the back foot, because you want to be able to release your fins too. So you still want to have some weight centred and forward. So yeah, once you've got your nose out of the water, you're really thinking about moving your weight forward, so that you've got a lot more weight on your front foot, so the back is a lot freer and your fins can release easier. A bit sort of similar to skateboarding is doing an ollie. You can even slide your whole front foot forward to really level out the board. You can see in this frame, my front foot is slid probably half a foot forward, and the stance is a lot wider. Even my back foot has slid forward a bit too. So you're kind of really centred in the board. Like I said before about your kite positioning, in this one you can see I've just sort of gone straight up. I haven't propelled forward too much. If you want to do that, if you have your kite a bit lower, it's gonna project you out, and probably in a wave this size, you're probably just going to land in the flats. So yeah, as you're coming out of the air and you're sort of starting to spot your landing, a lot of the time you're trying to sort of suck the board up when you're reaching your apex. As you come down, you can sort of straighten your legs out slightly, so that when you do land, you can suck them back up a bit and absorb some of that impact of the landing. This frame here, you can sort of see the board sort of lands square on top of the lip, and then just at that impact, you sort of bend your knees and suck it up a bit. And you sort of got your hand starting to tilt your kite slightly forward just to give you a bit of forward momentum. So 3 main points for a unhooked, unstrapped frontside air. Firstly, kite positioning. This is probably the most important out of all of them. You really want to have your kite in the right spot, got a constant pull, just so you get a clean release out of the water. Second point is weight distribution, which is a key point for frontside air. When you hit that lip, a lot of your weight is on your back foot. Once you've hit the lip and your nose is released, nose is out of the water, you're really starting to think about releasing the tail. So you're moving your weight a bit more forward once that tail's released. Once it's released, both feet are sort of sliding real central, evening out the whole weight of the board and just giving you more control. Thirdly is spotting your landing. As you're coming down from your air, you really got to be 2 steps ahead and thinking about and reading what the wave's going to do so that you can ride out as smoothly as possible.